Hey folks, driving, so who knows what the connection might be like. Plus there's a rain or thunderstorm. But I have so much to teach, and who knows how much longer left to do it. And so I find myself, I can't even just make a note about it, so that I often take notes, like, hey, when I have a minute, film this, or write this, or deliver this message through curriculum. Other times, which is even faster, I think, but it takes up memory, is I'll set up a little video recording and I'll just kind of quickly explain to myself, here's the thing I want to film a video about. One of the problems, though, is that I have 100 of those, and whenever I have time for a video, I have something I want to record, and I don't really often go back into that archive of things that I want to get across. So anyway, I find myself hopping in the car, getting the seatbelt on, and let me just live stream and put this out there. Anyway, I was just kind of thinking about a teacher. Obviously, I'm a martial artist, but it could be all sorts of teachers or gurus or something like that, trainer, who is frustrated or disappointed or annoyed by responses they get or responses they don't get. I'm trying to think now that I did all that prelude, what the specific example I had in mind was when I hit record. But often, a teacher will give a really good teaching, like that is a pretty objectively great lesson, a great direction to go, a great series of steps to take. And that teacher will often think that, well, once you have the teaching, it's just a matter of time until you become more patient or less blame-filled or less easy to anger or less quick to judge or those sort of things. And I think a necessary lesson is not just here's the lesson, here's the wisdom, here's the teaching, but you need to do the work. And what I mean is you have to specifically practice that thing. So I might be doing the work, like I'm going to meditation, I'm journaling, I'm seeing my therapist, I'm studying, I'm doing my morning practice, I'm doing my evening practice, I'm going to class. And then when another circumstance presents itself in such a way that I get angry or defensive, let's say, and what I might be doing then is thinking, well, I'm doing all that work, so in theory, I am less defensive now, or soon I will never be defensive at all. But in the moment, when the circumstance presents yet another opportunity for you to be defensive, as per your habituated responses through your life, are you actually in that moment saying this is a chance to practice not being defensive? In other words, do I have this misplaced sense that the abstract practice will help me, will cure me, will fix me, will change me, and I anchor myself to that in a faith sort of style, rather than when the actual opportunity to practice that actual and specific thing, not kind of general, not categorical, but that specific thing. Do I actually practice that specific thing? And you might find that you have a greater capacity to practice it because you're going to class and you're journaling and you're studying human consciousness and you're doing your meditation practice, you're listening to your teacher, all that sort of stuff. But the lesson here is it's not enough to be exposed to and to espouse all the great wisdoms and lessons and teachings. What's important, what's imperative, what's necessary is that when the opportunity presents itself to directly and specifically practice something, you need to apply yourself to practicing it and not get caught up in the the habituated groove of familiar non-reflective, non-contemplative reactions. So considered response that practices deploying and employing the tools that you learn in your practice. Hopefully I made some sense. And obviously the storm's really picked up, so I'm going to focus on driving. Thanks for joining. Your comments would be deeply appreciated. All the love. Off to class.